Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. A lot of you guys have asked if we could put together a 2 3/4 inch lead BB shot load. Now what I have here is actually BB plus. BB shot is 180 caliber, triple B is 190. This is 185 cal. This is Ballistic Products, I'm trying to show you here, BAM buckshot. I call it buckshot, but it's 185 cal, making it BB plus, which is pretty cool. Uncommon size. This shot was sent to us by Martin. Now Martin has sent us a whole bunch of really nice stuff. GOP roll crimp tools, Reloaders Network roll crimp tools, primer pocket conditioners, hulls, components, all sorts of stuff. And recently he has even sent us a rifled barrel for the Mossberg 835. So now we can shoot 3.5 inch slugs. This is one of them right here. This is a Mr. Hollow Point 1082 grain slug, which works out to be 2.46 ounces. So that's quite a big slug, but we'll get to that in a different video. Real quick, I just want to give a huge thanks to Martin, Gary Caskey, Jim Akers, Mr. Hollow Point, and everybody else, the Patreon supporters that have helped us out over the last year and a half we've been doing this. Guys, we are almost at 30,000 subscribers, and we never thought that we would have gotten this far this fast. We would not be here without you guys. We've been trying to branch out and bring you guys a whole bunch of other really cool loads, not just lead shot, but some TSS and bismuth too. That stuff is quite pricey, and without the help of the Patreon supporters and people like Gary and Martin and Jim, well, stuff like that just wouldn't be possible. We are on sort of a tight budget around here. But anyway guys, what do you say we actually get to loading this thing up? The components are fairly simple. I'm just using a brand new primed Fiocchi. This one is clear. You could also use a Shadot if you have those. They load just about equal. The UMG 42 wad. Consistently one of the best performing wads we've ever tested. It's great in 2 3/4, great in 3 inch, and it works in 3.5 inch too. The UMG 42 is an extremely versatile wad. It's awesome. I think I've even seen some data out there using them in tapered hulls. I know I have for gun clubs, and you wouldn't think it would fit being a straight wall wad and non-toxic, but the TPS wads from Ballistic Products fit in the original AA's just fine. The compression formed Winchesters, they fit in it, and if you make them. We're using long shot powder, no filler wad, and Ballistic Products ITX buffer, and this Ballistic Products BAM BB plus shot. Their BAM buckshot is high antimony, so it's actually pretty hard stuff. But anyway, we need 28 grains of long shot. And that should get 28. Let's double check that. Yep, that should get just about 1250 FPS, which is great. The UMG 42 wad fits in there just fine. Here's the pellets. This is actually 62 pellets of the BB plus shot 185 cal. I tried to powder coat these red, and for whatever reason it just wouldn't stick. I tried multiple times to do it. I washed them in hot soap and water, denatured alcohol, fingernail polish. It didn't work. Acetone. So anyway, this is 62 pellets. Dump them right in there. I dropped one, that's okay. I'll just grab one out of the jar here. And as you can see, 62 pellets comes up right to the top of the wad, exactly where you need to be for a fold or a roll crimp. It sits in there perfectly. Now, in terms of lead payload weight, this is 1.34 ounces. 1 3/8 ounces is 1.375 on the scale. With buffer, this will be a full 1 3/8 ounce load. The buffer I grabbed today is Ballistic Products Original. I use this, their mix number 47, and their ITX, which has been rebranded to BSB. I use them all interchangeably, although I do like the BSB ITX buffer the best. I think it has mica wad slick in it. It coats everything that's inside the wad and even the inside of the wad a little bit. Yeah, I think it's got some mica wad slick in it. Alright guys, that took 1 and maybe an 1/8 scoop of the Lee 2.2 cc dipper. And that has the top row of pellets peeking through. That's all you need. We are ready to crimp this. Using a Lee load all. Backstation is the 6-point. You can go with 6 or 8, it don't matter. But I like 6 points. and this is going to look great. Well, there we go. I think you can see it there. It looks great. It looks like we do have a really tiny pinhole in the center of that, so I'm just taking some clear nail polish and giving it one little coat of it. That is a Wade Rush trick. I've been doing it for a while myself, and it works great. Keeps the buffer from leaking out. And we'll bring it over to this press and use the taper die to give it a taper. You guys probably cannot see this, but a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. I know it's impossible to see. Clear hulls or white hulls do not show up on camera very well at all, as you can see. What do you say we do another in a Federal Top Gun? This has already been deprimed, resized, and reprimed. I went with a Winchester 209 because I have a bunch of them just sitting here. So, again, 28 grains of long shot. We'll pattern one of these at 42 yards and the other one at 30, and just see how well they do. So that should be 28 right there. Yep, 28. Long shot's my favorite powder, guys. The MG 42 wad. Ooh. Kind of hard to get in there. That crimp is a little bit stiff. Anyway, 62 pellets of the BB Plus shot. Just make sure they're all nice inside the wad. About 1 1/8 scoops of the Lee 2.2 cc dipper. That looks about right. Tamp it down. This takes a while, honestly. I used to have a electric toothbrush that Gary Caskey showed me was a good idea, but I lost it. That's it right there. This has an 8-point crimp, so front station of the reload all. Once again, I mean, really can't ask for better than that. And again, I'm going to hit this with the taper die. If you guys want one of these, go to eBay and search the Lee Load-All Cone Crimp, and you'll find them. They're made in Ukraine. They take about 2 weeks to get into the country, at least in my experience. Someone actually sent me a couple of these, and I love them. That's a pretty good looking shell if you ask me. Now, seal that up with some clear nail polish, although this one doesn't need it, but, you know, why not? I already have it sitting here. And guys, that's that. They go together fairly quick. Unfortunately, shot this big won't feed through the shot dropper on the Lee Load-All, but you can use the press to drop your powder still, 28 grains of long shot, and just weigh out your lead shot by hand. Pretty simple. In case you guys were wondering, no, brass height makes no difference in modern shot shell loads. In fact, some hulls are all plastic. Look up the old active hulls or the Wandas. You'll see they're completely plastic. Aside from the rim has a little metal ring inside of it to prevent the extractors on semi-autos from tearing through the plastic. But other than that, they're an all-plastic shell. Plastic is plenty strong enough to withstand the pressures of shot shells, you know, 10,000 to 14,000 psi in that range. But yeah, brass ain't even needed. There is no pressure difference between low brass and high brass. So you guys just stay tuned, and like I said, we'll pattern one at 42 yards and one at 30, and just see how they do. I imagine these are going to do pretty well. We might use the, I don't know what gun to use, probably the partner pump. Yeah, I'm thinking regular full choke in the partner pump. That gun tends to pattern well with just about anything you put through it. It is a Remington 870 clone, and I love that gun. But anyway, guys, we want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We always appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below, and we'll get back to you. And if you want to, go check out our Patreon. It's as low as $1 a month, and you guys get early access to content. A link to that, as well as a link to our Instagram and Rumble accounts, will be in the description below. But other than that, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one.